Good morning, Brew. It's June 19th, 2025. See anybody in here? Hope you all hear me okay. All right, let's see who we got in here. Sorry, man, choking to death. Curly got the cookie last night, 9:45. McCurdy. Good morning. Let's see, earlier this morning they had Artie be in the show dealing with my grandfather's house demolition day. Oh, house demolition day. All right, well, good luck with that. Actually sounds kind of cool. Chris, Tennessee River, good morning. Perez, good morning. There's John Schoolkill. Good morning, John. Andy, how you doing? Good afternoon. Ray Bertelson in here. Good morning, Ray. There's Joe. Hey, Joe, you didn't forget today. Usually you come in about 20, 30 minutes from now and say, I forgot about what time it was. As you know, you're probably not missing anything anyways. I'm usually always running behind. Spilled my damn coffee before I got it. Spent the last 5 minutes cleaning that up. Get the mop out and mop it up. Let's see here. It's Casey Jones from my mom's name. Did I miss something? Let's see here. What else we got in there? There's Ronald. How you doing, Ronald? Get this card. There's Lynn. Good morning, Lynn. Dave the man. Dave's not here, man. Classic model O scale trains. Hey, how are you? Morning. Welcome. RDNT. How are you? Good morning. Freddie. How you doing, Freddie? Hey, Freddie. And then you got Darren in here. Darren Hudson. Morning, Darren. Let's do this. All right, hang on. Stand by. Aaron. Use a moderator. We use a blue wrench. That's it so far. I don't see that as wrench. All right. Aaron, you got a wrench now. You should have any wrench. I did that right. Hey, Anthony, how you doing, man? Where's your son up? We're going to say hi to each other. Hey, Pappy's there. What's up, Pappy? You're making some good progress on your bench work. Yes. Darren, I kind of see that one up there. I got 3 trains running, actually. Not much you'll be able to see of them, really, but I'll change the cameras up here in a minute. Show you what I got running. I remember. It can be a 3-day-old coffee. I stopped drinking coffee, and Doc said, "Step back, so I don't want to throw leftovers up." Yeah, that's where a Keurig or one of those things would come in handy. Mine's a combination Keurig and pot as well. And I buy those little baskets that are reusable, washable and reusable. And then you still buy the bigger bags and save money. And you got throwing out all those little pods and stuff. So that works out really nice. And you can set it for different sizes and that. So, and you can just do that with a regular, like, say Keurig. There's all kinds of different names. There you go, Darren. Should have one coming across the bridge here in just a second or two. But yeah, and then this way you don't waste a little half a pot of coffee or whatever. That's some of my river scene in that shot. Get the cameras around a little bit, give you guys different views, but it doesn't always work. Never claimed to be good at this. How you doing, Lee? Good afternoon, buddy. I would do that sometimes. Like, it doesn't taste great the third day. See, I converted a Marks 994 from you, Thomas, from a single reduction motor to a double reduction motor with smoke. That's pretty cool. And Amos, good morning. There you go. What is that other train at? Yep, I missed the locomotives. I was trying to set it up, kind of show the engine shop. I appreciate everybody that watched the update video from the other day. Thank you. Yeah, it looks like they're having a good time doing it. Oh, hey, man, no problem. Yeah, it's we kind of all moderate ourselves. And the nice thing with the wrench is, if you click on somebody's name, and you should be able to go and check out their channel. Oh, there's that awesome camera that decided to freeze up on me. And then the neck. How about that one? I don't know. I guess this one looks. Oh, man. You're just ridiculous, man. I think it's just the thing you do now. I think you just do it for fun now. Where's the fisherman? I haven't put the fisherman out yet. Just the canoers. Originally, I was going to put a couple like fly fishermen in there, and when I did the pour, kind of put them in, but got to do it. That's acceptable. I'll allow that. Sometimes I do like next day coffee too, but no, I hear you. Just an idea, You can buy like just those single pots too, like they're just like a small coffee pot, and they got to buy it. You might be able to get it off of like a Facebook group, or I know like the Keurigs even have the small ones with like where you just do like a single, kind of like the ones you get at the hotels. Hey, Steve. Yeah, I figured it out, Thomas. Morning. How you doing, Steve? Yeah, I think a lot of people are kind of getting a little fed up with it. But hey, it's your channel. It's your name. You do what you want to do, man. Thank you, Joe. Yeah, I still haven't figured out what I want to do with those tracks. We were talking about, I think it was last week or the week before. I want to try to do the drywall mud, the concrete them, or do I just throw down ballast in between the platforms where the fuel pumps and that are. I haven't tried the San Antonio blend. Maybe next time I come down. I'm still hooked on the pecan. Perhaps. I don't know. No idea. Yeah, I really don't know. I mean, sometimes they'll lease out power to other companies and that. The train freak, Captain Cottonbelt, Colonel Cottonbelt, not Captain, sent me a photo the other day, Tuesday, I think it was, of some CSX. It was two heritage units. I think it was the Seaboard Coastline, the L&N, and then just a regular CSX unit and a consist sitting down there in Missouri by him. So they don't usually get out that far, I don't think. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it, man. It's what did they really? Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't look. I like model trains. I like going to rail fan. I don't know what this version is compared to that version. I have an idea. I could kind of tell, like an EMD from a General Motors or GE, I should say. Um, GE, that's what I know. It's EMD. Sometimes you can tell. Like a Jeep from a an ST from a GP. Oh, freak. I picked up a new mug, Kansas and Western Railroad. Those of you that haven't checked him out, check him out on YouTube. He's got really nice layout going and does really nice quality videos too. Way better than me as far as that kind of stuff goes. Yeah, give him a look, man. He's got some nice merchandise. He's got the railroad crossing on the back of it. He's got shirts and stuff on there too, I believe. But yeah, he's building a really nice layout from Kansas into Colorado. And he's got a lot of grain elevators going in. He's got a big refinery, power plant. It's a really good channel. I don't know what the. I should have probably looked up the link for it and put it in there, but I did not. Let's see. I'll do that real quick, maybe. Find it. Spell would be in business. Yeah. That'd be the one. John, I should have known you'd be on top of it. But thank you, man. Appreciate it. There you go. Well, check him out. Good channel. Yeah, Joe. Oh yeah, always on an intermodal, man. Got to. That's probably one of the main reasons I built this layout in the area that I built it. Was because of an intermodal yard. If this camera's up and running again, I have no idea. It froze up on me before, so it still froze up on me apparently. Apparently, they're all froze up on me. All right, let's see what's going on here. Well, what that was about, if you guys saw that or not, I lost like connection. Yeah, you missed the interval. I wish I could move that camera, but I'm afraid everything would get goofed up. But yeah, I'm going to put some kind of, might not be that silo there, but it's going to be like for deliveries of sand. I might put like a little small oil tank or something there for fuel. So I can have, like a fuel tanker just for another couple spots for deliveries you want to lay out. Oh, hey there, Wesley. Good to see you. I think you got the day off for the holiday. Yeah, Juneteenth, huh? Yeah, my wife got that off today, too. I'm always off on Thursday, but I took a few days as well, just because I'm going to work the weekends around it. She's off, so I took some time off. I think I already kind of said this before, but we were going to take a little trip. That's prior to knowing my daughter was going to be moving to England. So now we're not going to take a trip. We're just going to save our money up to go and see her, probably in October. Yeah, no shit. They got me. They found me. Bastards. 3 days until church camp. Okay. The kids used to love church camp. They both went quite a few years. My daughter was actually a counselor for a couple of years. So that's fine. It's always nice to have you in here when you're available. Always welcome. So I don't know if I can move this back a little bit or it's going to mess the camera. It was just too close. You couldn't really see. Hey, Tammy and Ray, how are you? Thanks for coming in. I appreciate that. I should have put a camera on the one area that I'm hoping to maybe do some work on. I don't know exactly when, but I get an idea just pop up in my head and I want to go with it. Let this go by and I'll come back. Buddy Darren. Ain't perfect, but I don't know. I don't think I did too bad with the weathering and stuff on those containers and everything. I'm happy with it. I guess that's all that matters, right? I'm sure I got the right audio. Sometimes when those cameras go out and I have to unplug everything and plug it back in, it switches the audio to the laptop, but then you can't hear me as well. So I have this Walder's like 1950s gas station, right? It's modern. I mean, it's not modern, and I'm model modern. So my idea is, how many? I'm sure you all have seen them where they converted these into just, tires and oil changes and mufflers. And in fact, one of the guy I used to always go to, he close, he retired now, but was in an old, I think it was a Gulf gas station. That's what I'm gonna do with this. I removed the door one side. I'm going to try to put it in there as an open door. Maybe just have it hanging down a little bit so you can see that there's a door there. Kind of like that. Obviously, it's hard to do. I put a light in the office, put a light in the roof of this, and then see if I can find some kind of 3D printed stuff for like a garage interior, like a jack, a lift, and just stuff like that. Hey, D-Roll Daryl. Good morning, buddy. Listening in on TV is prepping for surgery today. Yeah, good luck today. If you're able to keep me posted, yeah, let me know. Otherwise, I'll catch up with you tomorrow or something. I'm thinking about you. Hope all goes well. And everybody's saying good luck, man. Prayers, all that good stuff. Yeah, Steve, kind of along those lines, but I think, like I said, it's just going to be like, I don't know, Joe blows mufflers and oil changes. I don't know, I'll call it some service station. They're going to do that kind of stuff. They're not doing gas anymore. It's just going to be like small repairs, quick things, oil change, maybe tires, mufflers, brakes. Brakes would be going. Now, I might put it across the street from where I have my Frank's truck repair shop. Kind of in that more of a little bit of an industrial area there where the cement plant is. So I think that would be kind of cool. Yeah, man. Everybody's praying for you, buddy. Thinking about you. We all miss you out here, man. We've been going through a lot. So, hey, Adrian. Morning. There's a gas station just like that in Tiffin. There's a tire place. I think it has 2 bays and an office. I'm trying to get a pick for it. Yeah, I mean, this place looks almost exactly like the place I used to go to. I mean, I think this part's a little bit different, but not a whole lot. Like, I don't think it dropped down. I think it was the same height. More of a rectangular building, completely rectangular. But I mean, it's perfect for like a modern layout. Because you don't see gas stations like that anymore. You may still get an older style, like from the 80s or something. Like Walthers put those kits out where they're not really doing service there anymore. They converted the service space into a convenience store kind of thing. You see some of those here and there still. But who invited you here? The peanut gallery. He's not wrong though, Pappy. Did you ask me a question? Now I got to go back and look. Then you guys wondering why I'm always behind. Yeah, I appreciate the thought of giving me a picture. I mean, feel free. I mean, everything helps for reference. Good morning, Curly, by the way. Buddy, old pal. Well, ask it again, man. I don't know. What did you ask? Up 66 gas station, very similar to when I was a kid. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, like I said, most of them, at least around here, if they haven't been torn down, they've been converted, to guys who buy them in shops and, do repairs like I said, brakes, mufflers, tires, oil changes, all that kind of, more basic stuff, not like big engine rebuilds and stuff like that, but some other minor repairs and that. But like the one guy I used to go to strictly did mufflers, brakes, and oil changes. That's really about it. He didn't really get into other repairs much. Kept it Very simple. Got his prices good. Sucks that he retired. It was a whole COVID thing, I think, during all that. He was getting close to retirement anyway, so. Thanks, Steve. Thanks. Yeah, you got all the usual guys here. And a couple of them don't always make it in because of work and stuff. It's good to see. You actually set your alarm. That's amazing. It's right here, man. You know, misty eye. Make it a tire place, you gotta have a semi trailer full of tires stacked in it right next to it. Yeah, it's a good idea. You know, a semi trailer, I can even like have an old container sitting out there. In fact, D-Roll Darryl gave me some of those ones from who the hell made those containers, Darryl? Was it not Jackson Terminal? Those are more in scale. Where the doors are actually open on them. They're like 45 footers or 40 footers. So that's perfect. That's perfect. Have some old tires. I can easily 3D print tires. That'd be a good idea, man. See, that's one of the good things about these shows and bringing stuff like this up is that you guys bounce a lot of cool ideas off me. Vice versa. So, cool. I like that idea. I like it a lot. And I do appreciate that. I really do. So, but yeah, as you saw, there's not really much to add to like what I've been up to. Hey, man, shit, whatever. How you doing? Good morning. As far as layout work going on, I still have to put up that last string of lights. I couldn't find the same exact lights that I had. I got 5 strings of those lights up right now. I needed one more string. I got them at Home Depot and I don't carry them anymore. So I bought a similar string, but they're cool white color, and these are more of a warm light. So the one will be super bright compared to the other. So I took that back. I found another that's comparable, but not exactly the same. The nice thing about the other ones is you have one remote. Like each strand, you get one of these remotes, right? But for this style of light, this remote will work on all 5 strands. You know what I mean? But I just got to turn them off. Turn them on. Just turn those off and turn on these. You get your colors. You see behind me. There's white. Purple going on there. Yellow, green. It's pretty cool. I just all white. But another strand has its own remote, so I have to use that. Stupid, it's just an inconvenience. I've been able to turn these all on with one remote. Now I have to use 2 remotes, damn it. For one damn strand of lights. I looked online, I got the number off the box and everything. I was typing it in, from Amazon and just in general as a search for the company. And I just couldn't find them. I was like, damn. Ooh, fancy. But actually, every once in a while, we'll turn off the big lights and just run the small lights, just the layout lights. And it's kind of cool. Simulate, early morning or dusk, dawn, that kind of stuff. I think on Halloween I did some like purple or orange or something. On one of my shows that was close to Halloween. Christmas I could do, whatever, red or green. And you can actually make them like flash and shit too, like do like the dance or whatever the hell. I don't know. I can get them to do it now, but I think they do. Yeah. So, nose on. Change colors. fade. Nice. They're going crazy all over the layer. You don't even see no ones back here, but they're going nuts all over the place. Like a freaking disco in here. Oh boy. Great Buckeye Western Railroad. Greg, good morning. Apologize for being gone so long. It's good to see everyone. I was retired but unretired. Retirement failure. Oh no shit. I'm sorry to hear it. Sorry to hear it. Yeah. Just need some music. I don't want to get whatever pop from YouTube though. Got the music now. How silly is that too? You're like gonna have some kind of Christmas music on at Christmas time or whatever. It's ridiculous. Let's see. Yeah, right now I get to work till 67 for 8 more years instead of 6. Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at 11 for 65 and 10 and a half now, but I'm really hoping I can go then, but we'll see if I did enough. You never know. Never know what things are going to be like then. The main thing is to have, in my mind, the main thing is to have as little debt as I can going into retirement. Meaning the house is paid for, I don't have any car payment, like a few years before that time, maybe buy something new or newer and have it paid off by the time I retire. Major house repairs and stuff, as much as you can plan for. So, who knows what will change between now and then? Talking about moving, minimum age up to 67. Yeah, not made. Isn't what it's made out to be. Yeah, exactly. No, I'm not against, kind of staying on as like, PRN or something like that. Kind of work when I want to work, kind of work on my terms, more or less. Okay, what is that? Are you considering that more work or is that more enjoyment for you? Something that you really like to do, you know what I mean? So that's what I was just getting at. If I'm feeling good and all that kind of stuff, I don't know that I just want to do nothing every day. So if I'm going to go do something, we'll work a couple of days a week and, work, I don't know, an 8-hour shift instead of a 12-hour shift and do that a couple of days a week. I'll still be getting paid some money. And I don't know how that works. I am not close enough to really understand it that well yet. So we'll see what happens. And that stinks too, Joe. You don't ever want to be forced out of what you're doing. So, and especially if, you're not quite ready there, like finance wise and things of that nature too. So, I know full retirement age for me is 67. Unless they changed it again, I think you can start getting Medicare, whatever it is at 65. I think you kind of have to take it. I think my job makes me take it. And then there's like the supplement to it. So I don't know. I've been trying to talk to some people I work with that are already at that age and going through it now to try to get a better understanding of it. But it's so confusing to me. And I think it's intentionally confusing. There's no way that they have to make it so confusing. Hey, Mike G. How you doing? More. Well, it sounds like a lot of work, man. I guess some people would find that enjoying. enjoyable. Not me. But my wife and I'm not saying we want to go travel all over the world and be, spending a shit ton of money on all that. I just want to be comfortable, you know, potentially travel sometimes, kind of like now, like we try to do something once a year, nothing fancy. Like this will be the biggest trip we've ever taken if we end up making this happen when we go over to England. We've never really left the United States. I mean, I've been to Canada a few times. She's been to Niagara once or twice. But, yeah, and I'm not disagreeing with that at all. There's always something. But I want to at least feel like I'm ready, like financially and that kind of stuff. So, that's where we're kind of looking at things now to make sure we're putting enough into our different things we have going with our companies and that, so we're good when we get there. Sounds like Darren, this sounds like you're kind of a younger guy. As soon as you're able to get into something, IRAs or whatever, get a financial planner or somebody that start putting stuff away now. Wish I would have listened to people that told me that when I was a young guy, because you won't even miss it. You put a little bit every time you get paid, a little bit in I'm going to say an IRA. I'm not a financial genius, but something that will continue to grow over time, and don't even look at it. Because the markets go up and down, you're going to pull your hair out. Just put it in something, have somebody plan it. Like my company uses Fidelity. So we're able to go and use the financial planners for them. And they kind of, once a year, I try to check in with them anyways, just to see if my things are in good enough portfolios, good. You know what I mean? And so I'm kind of on track. Or like 65. We'll see though. Other than my time in the Navy, I had never traveled outside the U.S. and Canada. I went to London in 2004 or so. A lot of fun. Yeah, I mean, I'm really looking forward to it. 17, I'll put some advice, man. Yeah, I don't know how early you could get into that stuff. I know you start working, I think you can start a bank account. You might have to have mom and dad sign it up with you originally. But at the very least, I'd be putting money in a savings account. And usually the bank you go with will probably, they should have some type of financial people you can talk with. Yeah, some type of retirement account or something. At your age, I'm not 100% sure, but I would talk to your parents about it and say, hey, look, I'm interested in doing something. So I hear all these old guys that, these trained guys that are all like, I don't know, man, did I do enough that, like Anthony said, you never really ready, but if you start now at 17, 18 years old and just do stuff, just do it. Money's gone. You're not going to see it. You come right out of your paycheck, like when you get a steady job and that automatic depositing everything, and like it goes right into your retirement accounts and stuff, or savings account and whatever. So you don't miss the money. Just get used to putting whatever you want to say, 5% a week, 10%, whatever the hell you want to put away, 3%. Like my job when I first started, they make everybody put 3% into the retirement account, and then they match it. No matter if you're full-time, part-time, PRN, and then they'll match up to 6%. So I do 6% there, and then I have other stuff that I do better in, I think, supposedly. So I work with a lot of people that every time we get a raise, they always take at least part of that raise and they, add money to their retirement that comes out. So, again, I'm 54. Wish I would have started at 18 or whenever when I was younger. Took everybody's advice. Maybe someone that isn't going to college is either join the military or go to a trade school. Needs money in the trades. Yeah, 100%. And then you go in the military, there's the GI Bill and all that kind of stuff like that too. You don't go buying a big fancy car and you get in the damn military like a lot of guys do. Yeah. Okay, John. Actually, you probably be a guy to talk to being a tax man and stuff. You might have some better ideas on that kind of stuff. I don't know. I'm not trying to steer this Darren in the wrong way. See, and that's the problem too. That's what a lot of the people I work with are talking about. It's the damn health insurance. Like I could keep insurance that I have now through my company, I believe, but it's insane. And it's really just a supplemental thing because you go on Medicare, you're just trying to supplement. Yeah, I hear it's just insanely expensive, and it's these are the kind of things that need to be addressed. Just in general, so people can afford to retire and put raising the retirement age. Why don't you lower it? It should be 55. It shouldn't be 65, 67, whatever. You work enough damn years. For God's sake, man. And if you make it to that age, God willing, you're in good enough shape to enjoy retirement. And you don't have 1,000 fucking health issues and you can't walk and you're shitting yourself and everything else because you're a mess. You know, because you didn't do yourself any good when you were younger. So, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it sucks. You know, I'm trying to think about it some now because I'm hopefully going to make it there. But I don't know all the ins and outs and it's stuff I'm trying to research little by little now. Main thing I'm trying to make sure is working hard on paying off anything like the house and that kind of stuff. And then I want to make sure that, you know, financially I have enough going that I don't have to rely on just Social Security. You know what I mean? So that's beautiful, Andy. If I could go early, I will. No regrets, really. But I don't know that it'd be a thing. I'll be able to do that. Might be different where you live too. And I've been working on the live streams on. I have kept on the videos posted by members in this group. Helps keep me engaged in the hobby until I have more free time again. No, I appreciate that. Yeah, that's the plan. Should be able to get this house paid off by then. I think I'm finally getting out of the interest. You know, I'm just trying to get into more of the meat of the loan now. You know, we've been here since 2008. So what's that? Math is hard. 18, 2008, 2018. 28 will be 20 years, right? You know the math right? 18, 20 years will be 28. Yeah, 30 years will be 38. It's a 30-year loan. I'm hoping to start paying a little extra. I don't even know if I'll be done with it in 10 years, to be honest with you. But it's my hope. I'm going to pay a little extra every month to get it paid down. Thanks. Yeah. Basically, right now, I'm only taking like vitamins and stuff. I don't take any kind of prescription medicine. My wife, on the other hand, takes a lot of medicine. Healthy and finding out how important that is now that I'm getting older. I am now considered entry level senior citizen. Yeah. Yeah, I know, man. It's weighs on my mind too. Hey there, Jessica. How you doing, buddy? Oh, that's nice. Nice. Yeah, I have to look into all that. I think, like I said, I don't know. I'll see. Yeah, I'll go see how I feel. I like my job. I like the work that I do. So, I just also want to work more on my terms. You know, kind of work the days I want to work the hours I want to work. I don't want to have to work full time hours necessarily. Problem is, you got to at least be part time to get benefits there. Benefits are expensive. That's strange. Good morning. So, anyways, yeah, like I said, I'm hoping for 65, but we'll see what the difference is, and we'll see how my health is and how I feel, and what's happening in those 10 years from now or 11 years from now. You know what I mean? A lot can change. Yeah, like my ex brother-in-law Brian, he retired last year, or year before, but now he's working part time or whatever up at Home Depot, which he loves. Like he's the guy I always went to help me build shit, and him and I would do breaks and all that kind of stuff together. But anytime anything needed to be built, he loves that store. And so yeah, I mean, he got a part time job there. He loves it. And he's 60, he might be 70 actually. I don't know. He retired kind of late. He got remarried and after my ex-sister-in-law, after his ex-wife, my sister-in-law passed away. Oh, geez, I don't know, 2013 or 14. It's been 10 years ago or so. And he got remarried and that, so, she was a little bit younger than him. Well, see, and that's something else I kind of worry about too, or wonder more than a worry, is I've seen people say go at 62 instead of 65 because, just what you said, by the time you would make up that difference that you would get monthly, you'd never make it up. You die first. So, again, I almost think it's worth taking it, especially if you're fortunate enough not to need it as your main income and it's just extra. I mean, I don't know how many people are able to do that, but if you did enough, investing or whatever, like IRAs, 401ks, all that kind of stuff, and you can take. I'm gonna give Darren a shot of the intermodal again here. It'll be coming around. And again, I don't know, man. I'm no genius with any of that stuff, but I have watched a few things, and I'm really hoping, like, if this bill, not to get political, but if that bill passes, I don't know all the details of the bill. I'm not trying to get political, but I know they're trying to do something with no taxing on Social Security. Sounds good, anyways. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but yeah. There's Jim. Jim, I was just talking about that gas station, and I want to convert to a service station. And you and I were talking about maybe finding some kind of files for gas station interiors, lifts and hoists, and that kind of stuff. I have like toolboxes and compressors and that. Don't forget to catch Jim's show tonight, 6 o'clock. Yeah, that's true too. Like I was saying, I think a week or so ago, they just reevaluated all the properties in my county, and You know, they say my house is worth, I don't know, $25,000 more than what it was. So now my taxes went up. So, like my house payment went up almost $100 a month. So even if the house is paid for and you're retired, how are you going to keep? They're going to keep taxing you right out of your house. There's no reason you should be paying taxes on a house that you've already paid for. I don't get that. It's property you already bought, and you paid taxes on it, and you paid it off, and all that other stuff. It drives me nuts. Let's see. I didn't start paying Social Security significantly until after I had to retire out of the fire service. I did the Navy, then almost straight into the fire service with our own retirement. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to get through my son's head right now. Either to stay in the military or to go in the firefighter or something like that. He's talking about that. Thanks, Mike. And just to have that government, if you will, government pension, you know. But I just look at your thumbnail. Pork choppers, those Hueys. Huey? It looks like one. But yeah, Jim, it was just the old Walters gas station. I'm going to turn it into like a brake and muffler shop, tire shop. I popped the door off. It's got a little pit there. Figured I could put a lift in there and put a light in there, just a little bit of detail, just for fun. I'm kind of getting into that a little bit. The cabin will be paid for, and we'll bank the money from the sale of this house. So Social Security and West pension will be fairly good to go. But that's another thing, Darren, if you're still in here. Don't live on your overtime. Live on your 40-hour paycheck. Any overtime, put that aside. Put that in retirement. Put it in a savings. Just get used to that right out of the gate. But how much money you're making, just start right out of the gate doing that kind of stuff, man. Get a financial planner or something, and somebody that knows what the hell they're doing and talking about. Sure, Huey in Vietnam, man. I think I built one of those as a kid, a model kit. Yeah, I think that's what Anthony is saying too, because he's in Maryland. Says he can't afford to retire there. His taxes and stuff are just too high. I mean, you need to go to other states, you know. I know we're down in Florida. I think is pretty good, like a property and income taxes. I don't know. The thing with Florida though is the friggin' insurance for that. Are they high in West Virginia too? I always heard West Virginia was pretty cheap. Virginia tax almost 1/3 of Maryland. Yeah. Well, again, I know it's going to sound political, but you got a red state, blue state, man, and blue states tax the shit out of their people, and then those people all leave, and they vote for the same shit when they go to the red state. And eventually that state turns into shit. You vote for all these programs, and somebody got to pay for them. That'd be nice. That'd be real nice. Yeah, I think right now I'm looking at maybe 1,800, something like that. Which really isn't that much money when you think about it. Even if you had no bills, just daily living, everyday life. Typically tax in West Virginia, it all adds up. West Virginia, Kentucky, and Ohio, West Virginia have the worst control of taxes. Well, and Ohio's gotten worse over the years too. All right, Darren. I don't know if any of that helped out or not, buddy, but keep all that in mind and think about it while you're young. You know what I mean? because the years go by, man. They go by quick there. Believe us when we tell you. So thanks for coming in, man. See you maybe next week or a week after. Have fun at camp and all that. Stay safe, okay? I was getting 4 years of property taxes from me, and they keep going up and getting less every turn. Yeah. Exactly. 41 years. Okay. Okay, 4 years. You haven't been there that long. But you have. Jim, stay away from coastal towns in Florida for lower insurance. Yeah, I agree with that too. I've heard that too. I know Tennessee River was telling me, I'm not going to tell you the number, but he was saying the amount that their house insurance is going to be going up to is like, I don't think I pay that in a year here. You know, he lives in Fort Pierce, which is coastal town, or pretty close to the coast, you know. Have to run to a meeting, have a wonderful morning. It's the best morning show on YouTube. You know, oh man, that's very nice. Thank you. Thanks for coming in. Always welcome. Yeah. You know, hey, I won't be on next Thursday. I'll take off just to go to the show or to see the show because I'll be on Tuesday night for On Track Tuesday at 7 p.m. That's my week to do On Track Tuesday. So that would be that was my calendar at. Well, I never changed my desk calendar. That's not very good, Dave. Now that the month is almost over. So the 24th, I'll be on Track Tuesday. My turn. So check me out there. But yeah, I am still a Browns fan. I can't stand the freaking team. I'm just so sick and tired of the ups and downs. It hurts my head. I just get nothing but aggravated. So I don't even watch them anymore, really. I used to listen to the sports channels on 92.3 The Fan, listen to all the talking heads on there and everything about, Browns football and, get all excited and hopeful, and then they do nothing but shit down their leg every year. And they're passing on all these awesome players, and then who do they go to? Steelers, freaking dumbass Ravens. Sorry, Joe, I know you're a Ravens fan. I'm never forgive them bastards. They took my team. They left me with this shit. I'll never forgive that. Anyways. See, that's why you can't talk Browns, man. I get very angry over it. I'm a very sore loser when it comes to that stuff. And we've had nothing but, 20-some years of garbage. There's a problem with places like New York, California, Maryland. People keep leaving, so they raise taxes, make up for loss. At least it seems that way. Yeah, because people, if you look at those states, most of the state is not blue. Most of the state is more on the conservative end. It's your big cities, and that's who controls all the vote. I'm not saying that conservatives, the Republicans are the bee's knees, man, right? I got problems with them too. But I just feel like those that can move and get away from it do, and then the ones that are left are the ones that are the least able to pay that stuff. The people that are more poor and are stuck on retirement and I don't know. But then they go and they go ahead and they vote for the same shit when they move to the new place. More made Maryland sanctuary, yeah. Illegals should get nothing. Nothing. And I'm against the anchor babies too. You can't go to another country and your wife have a kid there. Then you're on vacation and now that kid's a citizen of that country. That's stupid. It don't make any sense. All right, enough of that shit. What other little, other than the service station, Dave, what's your next model project? Well, I want to get the fueling racks and everything finished up top there. Gotta start figuring out some of these areas. I mean, just to connect some things. Some of the stuff I've already done is kind of partly done, not fully done, details wise and stuff. Pick up in my little town. I want to continue to work on the rail fan park. Actually, this whole area behind me, between bridge scene, which is right here, from there, if you go to the left of that scene, you'll be coming around. The bridge is like right here, and then coming around this way, where the swing gate is on this side. So I'd like to get that from the chocolate factory and all that in front of it. I'm trying to get my big ass out of the way. Up in this area here, I want to get something finished up in there. This whole area, such a mess, but I'm trying to show you. See, everything kind of gets stacked in all the open areas. That area there is on the other side of the swing bridge. So I'd like to get something done in that area, which is just below the town up there. But I don't know where I want to go next. It's kind of one of those, I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I just kind of get an idea and go with it. You know, like that whole car shop thing I did that showed. I mean, it just kind of was an idea that just popped in my head, and that's kind of how things work. And the more I got to messing with it, the more the ideas were flowing, you know. So sometimes this is how it works with me. I kind of want to work on getting the balance and everything up, like I talked about in my video. It's going to be really tricky. There's a lot of obstacles on the ceiling, ductwork and stuff. So it's going to be a pain, really a pain. That's why I haven't done it yet. I just don't really know how I want to do it. Still got a lot of backer board to put up for the backdrops. I should be getting the backdrop. It said by Monday. I was hoping a little sooner. He shipped it yesterday. I'm train junkies. It's going to go behind the engine shops and all that on that wall. So we'll see. We'll see if it comes up. I want to get that up. What else? Walthers had a sale at a discounted price on another Walthers mainline Amtrak coach car. So I picked that up. That'll be coming. I'll get that all weighted out now that I know what the problem is with them. Too light. No, thank you. Appreciate that. I'll get a cabin to start the next layout. Can't wait. Still have tons to do here. Sell, but at least I have a motivator. Trains, yeah. Let's get a motivator. Then somebody says, price how relatively affordable property in Florida was, at least in the Panhandle. 3 acres for 300. I ain't bad. No, that's not bad for 40 acres. My God. Something in Georgia where I'm having, Steve, we don't want 40 acres, more like 2 to 5. That's more reasonable, I agree. Unless you're planning on, you know, buying it and then selling it off, parceling it off, you know. Or if you're like somebody who hunts a lot and that kind of thing. Well, like a couple acres, 5 acres, something up to, you have neighbors right on top of you, but you have some room to do some things. If you wanted to have some farm animals or something, you could, you know. I don't want that, but you could, you know. I had to keep horses on 2 to 5 is the only thing. That 40 acres was all dry pasture and like bush, not swampy at all. A few gators in the panhandle, yeah. Yeah, you couldn't keep multiple horses. You could probably have a horse or two, maybe. Um, just like have a stable with a riding pen and that kind of stuff. Yeah, but sir, well, are you in West Virginia? Or are you in Ohio? You're like right on the border, aren't you, Ken? Or no? I'm thinking of somebody else. Yeah, you're right on the Ohio River. I thought. Yeah, he's not wrong. You know, and in worst case, you could start selling it off, sell some of it off way away from you. So like back 20 off to a developer or something. Put up houses or whatever. I'm sure eventually you buy in the right area. Maybe to get some oil rights or something too, natural gas kind of stuff. Yeah. See, I like Florida. I would move to Florida. I moved down there by Jim. We like the Gulf Coast, but like Jim said, the insurance will kill you. Weather sucks there. Yeah, you get more tornadoes and stuff down there, don't they? Yeah, some shitty weather here today, man. Last night, holy mackerel, damn skies opened up for about 20 minutes and then still rained, but I mean, it was bad for a while. There's tornado warnings and stuff around us, looking at surrounding communities. I'm not for that. I like it here. I do. Comes the winters, I'd like to get out of here for the winter time. But overall, I like where I live. I like Ohio. I'm a Buckeye. Ohio, born and raised. I don't mind the cooler weather, and I like to change the seasons. I don't really mind the winter. I don't like the length of winter. I don't like how cloudy it is here in the winter all the time. But yeah, well, that's where Jim lives in Sebring. There you go. I didn't know they were that close. Damn, I got to make a trip down there, Anthony. You and me, we'll go see Jim, and we'll go see Paul. Anthony has a good video, or actually a couple videos out on that trip. Or Sebastian. I don't know if that's near Sebring, but I know Jim is in Sebring. Yeah, no, thankfully we didn't lose power. There were some areas that did. Hey, John, you came in just as I was getting ready to leave, man. Ronald, thanks again for coming. Appreciate it. We'll see you next week. Well, like I said, not Thursday, but you'll see me Tuesday night. We're on track Tuesday. I kind of trialed that where if I was on, it'll be like the fourth Thursday I take off because I'm on the fourth Tuesday. I don't want to do two live streams in a week. So, on the East Coast, okay. Well, Sebring's kind of like in the middle, almost in the middle of the state, in the middle of the state, north, south, east, and west, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jim. Try coming up to friggin' Cuyahoga or Geauga or Ashtabula or Lake counties. You're going to talk about, colder climate. And the funny thing is, where I live in the Cleveland area, I'm on the east side of Cleveland. The east side of Cleveland gets a lot more snow than the west side of Cleveland. Like you can have a snowstorm over here and it'd be sunny and nothing on the other side, or they get like a dusting. Just the way the lake effect hits. If it's a lake effect storm, and usually the way it comes across Lake Erie, it hits from Cleveland through like Buffalo, Rochester, all the way up through there. Erie. You're in Hawthorne? I'd have to look at a map, Oh, geez. So, Again, I like it here. I still like winter. If I didn't have to go out in it, I'd be liking it more. You know? So I mean, I don't mind. Like on my days off, you could snow all at once. And I like looking at it snowing out the window and stuff. I don't mind it at all. The Browns game against we think Buffalo and got hammered with the Lakers blizzard, shut down all the trains. Yeah, we've been pretty mild the last probably 5-ish years, and the last year was a little more like a normal winter. Yeah, you're probably getting the shit we just had. People trying to get away from the hurricanes and the high insurance costs and everything. So, we have friends from up here that moved down to Bradenton, Sarasota area. You know that too. So I could get the wife to go there more if we're near that. I got friends through the trains. Like Chris from Tennessee Rivers over on the East Coast with Fort Pierce, Hero or Sebring. You got Robert, Saco, and Largo. Largo, I hear, is getting pretty popular. We just had a girl from up here. She's a physician's assistant, and her and her husband moved down to Largo. That sounds nice. It's supposed to be about 80 today, but kind of just crummy out. Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. You get to the west of Cleveland, and they get nothing. Nothing compared to what we get. They still get colder, man. Yeah, when Chris told me what they were going to start paying for insurance on his house, I said, I don't know how you can afford to live. And my wife is more of a beach person, where I'd be happy with a swimming pool. I'd rather go in a swimming pool. When we go down there to visit our friends, they have a pool. It's got the screening and everything over it. It's a pretty nice house, and they're probably about 20 minutes or so from Siesta Key, so we'll go over there. So the wife likes to go walk on the beach and stuff. She won't go in the water. She'll sit on the edge of the water. If you're afraid of everything out there, she won't go in the water. I mean, the kids will go out in the water. I don't mind it. But I'd rather go in a swimming pool. I enjoy that more. Shit. Now, yesterday it was like 75 when I got out of work. But like instantly, I could barely breathe. It was so humid. I was like, oh, crap. Like breathing in water. It was so humid. When you come out of the air conditioning all day at work, and you hit that wall of humidity. Oh, shit. Can't swim. I'm not saying I'm a good swimmer. I can stay above water for a little bit. I don't know how long, but I'm not like an Olympic swimmer or nothing. Never was. But I've always enjoyed the water. But again, when we would take the kids to Florida when we were young, when they were young, like we go to Orlando to take them to Disney or whatever. Not every year. I think we went about 3 times. We would go 1 year, save up for about 5 years, and then go on that 5th year. We would always rent a house or like a condo. We rented a condo the 1 year, so it was like a public pool and that. And it gets annoying too, all these other little kids and stuff. So then we started looking at houses, and like in Kissimmee and some of the areas around there. So we'd always drive down. I was a truck driver back then. I didn't mind driving. So we'd go to Disney, say 1 day, maybe 2. Maybe we'd do Disney in like MGM or whatever it was there. And that's when they had all the characters from like Toy Story and all that stuff. And then we spend the rest of the days, doing other things that were more free and just hanging out in the swimming pool. These kids loved it, you know. It's not like a rock, Joe. So I mean, now I'm going back then. You know, last time we went as the kids as a family was probably 2011. I think it was the last time we went to Disney, and the kids were little, something like that. I think we spent like $800 for the week to rent the house in Kissimmee. It was a nice 3-bedroom house, had its own pool, screened in and all that, you know, air conditioned, the whole 9 yards. It was a good neighborhood and stuff. And it was only like, I don't know, less than a half an hour drive to go to Disney. So, yeah, it was nice. 10%. I love that area. Yeah, it's really nice. And it's the thing with Florida. Minus those hurricane times, the weather's nice there, man. There's always sun shining down. Even in the summer when you get the rainy season, you still get sun for a good part of the day, and then the rain hits. Now that's my experience. I guess you guys that live there tell me I'm full of shit, and that's fine. But you know, I don't know what my insurance rate is, to be honest. I have to look it up. Between my house insurance and my taxes, it's probably at least half of my mortgage payment because I have them all built in together. It's probably maybe not quite half, but it's up there. It's slowly been climbing more and more. Yeah. I yell at my wife constantly because she's always the one that votes for all these damn levies and every other damn thing. That's a good time to go. We used to go like kids were all back in school, so we'd pull them out like late October, going into the first week in November usually. So they were just starting to set up all like the Christmas displays and all that. But the weather was good. You'd still get like 80 degrees or so during the day, but it would cool down a little bit at night. It wasn't as humid. Didn't have as many people. It's still crowded, but not like in the summer months because all the kids are back in school, you know. Okay, Pappy, have a good day, bud. I'm getting ready to get out of here too. I'm shopping. So, yeah, maybe I'll see you later tonight on Jim's channel at 6 p.m. Jim Tedesco's Short Line Thursday. I will be on next Tuesday for On Track Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. And we'll go from there. I don't know if I'll get any more videos up anytime soon. Maybe I'll throw up a short. I don't know. We'll see. If I get any progress made, I'll throw something up. That's the thing. I'd like to be more regular as far as videos and that go, posting. But if I have nothing to show, I'm just showing you the same stuff you already have seen. Not that I won't review some of that and go back in a new video, but I like to have something new to show you, you know. And I may come down here daily, but I don't always work down here daily. You know what I mean? So, all right, that's enough. I'll catch you guys later. Yeah, well, you don't want to go with Thanksgiving break either. I made that mistake one year. I wanted to kill myself. All right, Ken, you take care. Take care, Joe. Everybody. Anthony, we did go to Universal for Kathy's 50th birthday, and we had a great time. Although they're sneaky, they split that Harry Potter world into two parts. So if you want to see the whole thing, you got to buy tickets to both the parks because there's two parks there, as you know. So, yeah. Yeah, we really had a good time. We stayed at a place called Cabana Bay or something like that. It was really, really, really good time. All right. Coffee's gone. I officially have to go now before I stress out. Just kidding. All right, guys. You take care. Get you next time. Have a great weekend. Jim, get back to me, man, with that. Hopefully we can find a file for those interior details. Oh, there's 3 parts there now. I'll be damned. I'm going to have to go back. We were just talking about that. You know, Ray, I do too. I'm glad I decided to do this little venture a few years ago because I've really come to look forward to it every week. I enjoy doing it. It's just fun to I know sometimes I'm just up here rambling on, but it's like you get to see your friends once a week, you know. Thanks, Jim. All right. This time I'm going. I promise I got to pee too, so that's not good. You old guys can't hold it too long. You got to go. You got to go. All right. I'll talk to you guys next time. Take care. Again, have a great weekend. Bye for now.